Test 1, 2. Test 1, 2. Okay. Now, put this one in the charger so I can keep working. Got it. Now, let's see if we can get this thing raised up now. Because it ain't supposed to be that hard. There we go. There we go. Now, put it down and lock it right there so it don't move, okay? Now, what are we going to use next? Probably won't be this, will it? Push that back a little bit and give us a little room. And I got the router bit. Okay. What I need to do, okay guys, what I need to do is I need to cut this the rest of the way to where it fits in this black. So to get this to fit inside of here, it needs a little trimming. And then we got to trim a little rabbit on the inside edge of it to get it to slide down in here a little bit and then lay wood up on top, kind of like that. Okay? So that's the general idea how we're going to do that. Now, the best way I can think to do that would be put this on top of here, okay, and use a bit to go around, but I need to leave this 3/16 bigger than that. Got that? 3/16 bigger than that. So we got to find a way to make us a bit, one of these, with a bearing on it that will cut 3/16 of an inch, is what I'm hoping. And let me see what I can find that'll do that maybe. I got a bunch of junk in this box just in the way. I'll leave that in there. Okay, I'm sorry. Take me a second here. Now, if we cut this right here with this, or one of these others, we might find one that'll work. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got now. I know I'm rattling in your ear over here. I'm sorry. You know something? Hold on. Got another little box of router bits too. Not sure what's in it. Not sure what's in it, but yeah, let's see. Now we need 3/16 of an inch. Okay? From here out. So if we use this bearing with that, I think it's going to be a lot more than 3/16, but let's look. I got my measuring stuff over here. May have to go get some metric tools. Yep, gotta go get a metric ratchet. Be right back. Okay, let's go back to work. I have to remember not to crunch ice, because I'm bad about crunching ice. I love to crunch ice. So let's get this one out. Now we need to be where to slide onto that. But I want it to butt against here. So 0. Let's change it. Let's do millimeters. I think millimeters is probably easier to read. Something like this. 3.52. 4. 374. 375. 374. Okay, let's so we want to be say that much bigger than this. Right there. That much. So we need a bearing to get us there. So let's see what we got. Nope, not that one. Okay. This little bit, almost identical. I ain't gonna change much. This is here. Three, 7, 4. Ah. Let's see, that's a 12, 6, 4. And that's a 7, 6, 4. So that's like 5. Hmm. Probably not anything in here worth using, but I'm gonna look. Whoa, whoa, whoa! We got bearings. Got bearings. Might be exactly what I need. Okay, let's see. That right there looks close. Put 965. Come on. Hmm. Ooh. This one got one little easy to get a hold of. Hello, folks. Anybody out there? Say hello. No, that ain't gonna work. Wrong. Whoa. That ain't gonna work. A different size bolt. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Good morning, Mark. How you doing, sir? Uh, I'm out here just kicking at it. How you doing today? What's happening in your world? It's hot here again today. I'm trying to get a little bit done before it gets too hot. I ran into a little issue over on the table over there. Thought I had a right bearing to do something, and I don't. And I ordered some rabbiting bearings to do some rabbiting around the top of this edge, like you do for binding. So yeah, let me take you over to the table and show you what I'm looking at. Maybe you can give me some advice here. There we go. Heading that way. Okay. What I've got is I rough cut. Get these out of my way. There you go, brother. I got up early and got me a Coke. And I've just been kind of going on with it. So, yeah, I need to cut this where it's the same size as this piece of plastic on the outside edge. And I guess I could run a bearing against this plastic as long as I just don't lean into it real hard. But I don't know how to hold it there, to hold it steady while I'm working on it. So that was the thing. And then the other idea I had was this. I thought about putting it on here and cutting it 3/16 bigger than this, which means I need a bit that's got a bearing on it big enough that gives me that 3/16 of an inch, if that makes sense. And I've looked and looked, and I don't have one that'll, like I get one with the right that can almost do it, but then these have got the wrong size bolt in them. So I'm up against a little bump here. And I'm thinking that I could probably do it like this if I could get it mounted on there some way where it won't move while I route around it. Because then it would be exactly flush with this outside edge of what I want anyway, right? And then on this bottom edge right here, I want to put a rabbit down like that, thick enough for this plastic to go over, right here. So when it comes over it like that, then you understand what I'm saying? Put the little rabbit right here and this slides down and maybe goes down that far and then it locks together with the acetone. Because I did do a test on acetone and found out that acetone will glue this stuff together like crazy. So that's what it should look like, Mark. That's an ambrosia maple and then the black back. And then it'll be like that on the back. And we definitely got to put some blocking inside of it before we put it together, but not real heavy body. I mean, it's pretty nice. It's got a little weight in that top because that's a pretty good sized piece of ambrosia. But yeah, I think with what's going on right this minute, my best bet's probably just put it on there like that. And I think what I'm going to do is listen. Thank you, brother. I got a bunch of scraps of it laying around here. It's just some junk I picked up. Um, I got all this comes from my buddy over here. He lives real close to me. I got this one here. See how nice and thick that is. To resaw. And when I cut through the center, I'll see what's inside of it, and find me if it's got anything good in it. Sometimes they're beautiful, sometimes they're not. But this one's got some potential, maybe with this going on. And then I got a wicked one right here that's got a lot of stuff happening in it. And then up through here, and then the other side is pretty strong too. So that ought to do something when I cut into it. So that one's on the list. So both of those are going to get cut and made into a top. I just use the old stretch bandsaw over there that I use. So, yeah, I'm trying to figure out the best way to do this. And Mark, I'm thinking about this. What do you think about this idea, my man? Take a piece of masking tape okay? And put it on top of this, and then put a piece on top of this, and then super glue the masking tapes together. And do it like several spots on the way around the guitar. What do you think about that idea? And to be safe and not take a chance on scarring up the plastic, maybe I should just take a little strip of tape and go all the way around this edge right here, like this, to give that a. What do you think there, buddy? You know what I love about this community? There's people that know more than I do, and I can ask questions sometimes and get an answer. So I'm hoping you got one, brother. There you go. Well, that's the best idea I can come up with to get it to fit exact. You know what I mean? So I could put it on the mold and cut it 3/16 bigger, but actually that won't really be true because when this plastic molded, see how thin it is right here, and then look how thick it is here and here. So according to where it is in the mold, it'll thin out sometimes. And so, uh, yeah, it probably would. I could probably, especially if I put a piece of board on the back of it just to make sure and hold it and do one end, and then move the clamps and do the other. That's your idea, right? What's that? It's in my way now. Yeah, that might be the way to go. I think I'm gonna put a piece of tape around the edge of it anyway to protect it from the router bit. I mean, the router bearing. That was one of my thoughts. I think it'll hold it fine if I just put a piece of something on the back, to keep messing it up. So I got something right here to use to do that. Let me see if I can get my hand on it. Which one do I want? I can use something thick. Won't hurt anything at all. Looked like it's made for it, didn't it, brother? Looked like that thing was made for it. Matter of fact, there might be what I need to do is make it for it so it'll be there real nice and tight. Mark, that'll work, brother. That will work. I can clamp it here and cut that side, and then I can spin it and cut the other side. I think this might be the way to go. Yeah. Let's put a piece of tape around it so I think protect that bearing from getting into it. Yeah, I think you're right. And then clamp it. Let me go grab the stuff. Yes, sir. I'm grabbing tape, an accelerator, and super glue. That can accelerator's almost empty. I better grab another one. Clamp. I've lost some clamps somewhere. Should have two more of those clamps. Yeah. I think I'm gonna go ahead and go around here first. Get this piece on to protect this. That ought to help protect it from the scorching it. I hope. You know what I ought to do? I ought to roll that up onto that edge like this right here. And use that to glue to. Hey, Marco, I want you to know I appreciate you coming in, brother. I was kind of lonely. I've been by myself for a while. I had one to come in. They didn't say a word. They hung around a while and left. I just been working. I was doing the bandsaw and the sander, and I've been running all kind of stuff. I had that sander going over there, and I run the big bandsaw with a 1/2 inch blade to cut this out. So I couldn't get too precise with a 1/2 inch blade, if you know what I'm saying. So this is sharp line tape, man. I don't think that makes a difference. I just got to not put a lot of pressure against it with the bearing, I think. And the bigger bearing will be better. So I'm going to go ahead and use like a 1/2 inch bit, I think. My idea. That's my idea, and I'm sticking to it, brother. So, Mark, how's the waterbed coming, buddy? I didn't get to come in and see you in the last couple of days. I've been dealing with Dad and the dang COVID still. He's out of the hospital, but that's more work now. But that's okay. He's still with us. Mark, you flood. You had your basement to flood, and I guess yours was because of rain. If I'm correct, I think that's what I was talking about. Oh, I didn't understand that. I'll have to come look. I didn't understand that one. I'll have to come look, bro. I'm gonna do that. I bet you said staining, didn't you? Yep, there you go. Yep. About the time I started over there, it hit me. Yeah, I was going to be on, brother, but I had to go and take care of him. It's the kind of one of them things, and he's 88. There's a lot going on already. But then the COVID got him, he got the COVID, and he's in the hospital for 2 days. They sent him home, but then that's to say, that's more for me. So, yeah, man, thank you. Nope, thank you a lot. But yeah, you flood your basement flooded, and it was because of rain. I think. Am I correct? I can give you one that'll make you feel better, I hope. My father-in-law, he's 94, lives in California by himself. Sunday, he brushed his teeth and then went to the living room. He went to his little study to watch church on the computer. And when church was over, he went back back to the bedroom. And when he did, he walked into probably about 2 inches of water. He'd left the water running in the sink for an hour and 20 minutes maybe. And somehow it backed up and flooded the whole darn house. He's got to have sheetrock done and all kind of, it's a mess. So I guess you can't feel bad. Yours wasn't your fault. It's kind of like when I burned my shop. It wasn't anything I could do about it. Dust that got away from my CNC machine. I didn't even know it got there. What happens when rookies do stuff? That's a good idea here, brother. Thank you. Reason I keep you around. Yeah, well, that's good. That's real good. I got a crawl space. I don't have a basement here in South Carolina. We don't. My dad's has a basement. But not many do. Um, but my dad's house is kind of like your situation. He built it in 1958, the year I was born. And guess what? I lived in the basement from about 12 to 18. No joke. I thought you'd get a kick out of that. Now, Mark, I've been cutting up stuff to make guitars out of, like that waterbed you doing. I used a piano to do one. And some of the wood was okay, but a lot of it was junk. So just turn it back around this way, keep working left-handed. This was real smart. I'd have brought me a razor knife out here. Probably could find one if I went looking. A lot of tape. But I think it's a good process, buddy. Thank you. I think it's going to probably work just fine. And if it was to stick a little bit on this bottom, I'm sure I could pop it loose and it would come right off. So it's not like the end of the world if this don't. If I miss a spot and the glue gets on the wood. Yeah, I need some of the thinner stuff for doing fretboards. I don't have any. I've got some of the wide, but when I'm doing fretboards, I fold mine. I don't know how you do it that way or not, but some people do. But I fold mine. I put it on and just kind of, like fold it back against itself. But when you get toward the little bitty fret, you get to having a big old fold sticking up, and that can be a little messy. And Mark, let me tell you, this right here, that's the best tip anybody's gave me so far. Okay, thank you. That I don't have to even look at that computer when I got just one or two people in here. I can keep up and listen. But when they start throwing emojis and stuff up there, well, boy, that can really blow your mind. Oh, you rip your tape? Oh, okay. Yeah, like cut it this way or strip it off. Yeah, you can. I've done that before. But as a general rule, most of the way down the fretboard, I just go down and fold it for back, on itself. For me, it's just simple. Get off of there. Good gracious. It don't matter if it's got a little bump here and there because it's not going to change anything. Not going to change the elevation. Oh, Lord. Mark, I got to tell you a joke. Well, it's not a joke. It's a true story, but it's going to be as funny. I used to go to Nome, Alaska every summer to go gold prospecting. I've done that for 14 summers till the camp went out of business where I was working. And we would, you'd fly all the way to Nome, Alaska, which is way up in, north and all that. And they'd come in on the airplane and they'd get off and, well, you get off the airplane and you get in a truck and I drive the truck and I drive the truck and I drive right over onto the beach and drive down onto the beach and drive 14 miles to camp down the beach and across the river. So I'm in the truck. You go pick them up and you pick up, like I was driving, you pick up like 6 people are in the truck. Or, you have 2 in the front seat, 4 in the back. And there's some in the back of the truck sometimes. Well, we're riding down the beach. And this old dude that insisted he had to ride shotgun over on that side, he was the one that was sitting over there. And he's sitting there and I'm driving along. And this is the F-350, 4-wheel drive, 4-door, big old white truck, used truck. And I'm tooling down the beach. It's got like 42, 44-inch tires on it. And we just kind of ride along, up on the beach there, looking at this ocean right beside us. And this old dude looks over at me and says, "Son, what's the elevation up here?" No joke. He did. "What's the elevation?" It was funny. You should have seen them dudes in that truck with me. After I had to stop the truck and get out because I was laughing so hard. And they all started laughing, and one of them, they wanted to get out and pee because they was all about to pee themselves. But I was riding along, and he said that, and I just looked over at him, and I looked back over at the ocean. I looked over at him again, looked at the ocean, and I said, about 8 feet where my butt was sitting, and just kept a driving. No joke. That was, oh man, we had some real winners up there at the camp, let me tell you. Go prospecting people. I love them sometimes. Maybe. Maybe I love them. Mark, I think that's going to work. Let me grab a razor knife, take off some of these big chunks. I guess it wouldn't matter if the shop was all one room. I'd still have to go this far across the room to go to where the tools are. Over the river and through the woods. And Mark, I got several people wanting me to do these bodies for them, and I told them, I said, you know, I can do them, but I ain't going to do you like a Telecaster or a Les Paul and not just copy. I ain't going to copy one of those. You'll have to give me your original design, or we'll make original design, because I ain't getting in trouble with them. Never. You got it. It's always that way, brother. I already changed the Shopsmith over 3 times this morning. I changed it to, I was using drill press for a minute, and then I changed it over and put the sander on it, and then I turned it over and put the what you call it there on it, the bandsaw. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to spit here. Yeah, Mark, I'm used to doing these videos and recording, and I only talk when I'm doing my lines, you know, or when I'm explaining something or whatever. So I'm getting used to doing it a little different. It's nice to have somebody out there that's listening to talk to, though. Now, you see this bandsaw? I guess you can see that in the picture. That's got like 5.5 inches of throw right here. Okay, you know that's all. 5 3/4 at the max. Okay, so that's that one. And right over here, I'll give you a quick little look at this. You see that one right there? This is the one I did. It's the same, basically same bandsaw, same size wheels, and I cut it in half and bolted it back together with unistrut and 1/2 inch bolts here, here, over here, and then the blade adjustments right here. And I only got one blade. I got a big 1/2 inch blade for it because, well, when I got ready to build it, Mark, it was like, well, what size blade do I need? The first thing I done was look and see what was standard that I could buy easy. You know? I use a 72 and an 80 inch is what goes on a 12 inch Craftsman saw. So Craftsman saw blades are pretty easy to come by. So yeah, that's what I did. That's the reason I done it that way. And so I added when I got a blade 8 inches longer, 72 to 80. That meant I added 4 inches of reef size. Yeah. When you're the frugal fixer and you cheat, you do stuff like that. Like get somebody's piano and cut it up and make guitars out of it. I got neck braces right, or braces out of piano right over there. I cut necks out of, and also fretboards, maple fretboards. I've got like I think 7 or 8 fretboards over there. They're not real, doesn't have a lot of figure in them or anything, but they're good hard maple. Okay. Now, anything here we need to worry about? I don't think so. Now, I want to go this way, I think, is my idea. And then if I can get it pressed in, there we get back here. The keys for inlays, yeah. The one that gets me is the chuck for the drill press. How in the world does it get away from where it is? And somehow it vanishes sometimes, and I have to look for it forever. But yeah, okay, dude. I think I'm just gonna put me a few dabs of super glue on there and some activator. set that phone out of the way so I don't spray it. Yeah, I think that might be the best way to do this. Okay. Now, Mark, I'm going to do my lines from my YouTube video that quick, just so you'll know. Okay, guys, I got tape around the whole outside of this, and I've got tape around the edge and outside, and then around the edge of this, so my bearing doesn't score it up when it goes around. So we're going to put this, we're going to super glue, use the old super glue trick. We're going to super glue this and this together like this with that and some activator. And then once it sets up, we're going to put a couple of clamps on it to hold it in place. And we're going to route right around the outside of it and get this thing right and make it the exact same size as this minus a piece of tape. And that'll be okay because we can sand that back when we're ready. So, hey, that's what I'm doing. So let's get at it. You know what's the best thing when your glue bottle stops up, I found? A guitar string. And this one might be stuffed up. Yep. Been on the shelf. And the guitar strings hanging in the office on the wall. Mark, how many cameras do you use, sir? Let's cut that and get it in. Gotta cut that and get it in. I thought it might be. That's the reason I brought these. Razor knife be better. Razor knife be better. Oh yeah. Now we got a hole. I won't even need the guitar string now. But I'm gonna save it, put it back where it goes. Okay, a few dabs there and spray that. Yeah. Keep them small. Ah. Feels like it may be stuck. It's on there, buddy. Now, let's put a couple of these on to hold it, and we can just use a flush strip. a flush bit. Put that on the back, hold it, so we can do that. I don't think I'll hurt my wood on top. Well, I'm not going to clamp it that tight. I'm not going to clamp it that tight where I mess it up. Okay. Yay. You ain't gonna believe this. You see that bearing right there on this router? That's probably the one I needed to put this on the other direction I was talking about. You know, by making an offset, bearing bigger than the bit. I probably could have used that bearing with one of different size. I could have used that bigger bearing though with that. Pretty sure. Might as well know now for next time. Nine and a half. I think these are 12/8, 12/6. God, that's almost exactly 4. Wow. Well, that would have worked. I think I'm gonna use this one to do it though. It's got a good bearing on it. I could put a bigger one on with a bigger bearing. It might be easier to. This bearing might ride on there better. I got one with 2 bearings, but that ain't gonna help. I think I'm gonna change it to that one instead of this little one. I like the big ones better. I like those better. So what you staining? What color are you staining today, brother? And what you staining with? I use Angelus dyes is what I use a lot of. I believe this glue bottle's about to give up on me. Uh, where'd I lay that little ring? That ain't it. That ain't it. I done buried everything on the table, sir. Oh, okay. Cool. That's nice stuff. You know, that stuff works fine. The base of that one piece of base, I use Angelus dyes on it, and then I put a sanding sealer to lock it in, and then I hit it with 4 coats of true oil, and then I started thinning true oil down to half strength with mineral spirits and putting it on and putting thin coats till I got to 9, and that's where I stopped at, was 9 layers, and then I buffed it. I compounded it and waxed it with McGuire's, and then buffed it with a carb buffer, and it shined like money, man. I think I put that in the right place, or if I got to move it again. Come on. There we go. Well, that wasn't too smart. Wrong bearing, dummy. Wrong bit. Hey, why'd you let me do that? At least I didn't start cutting on it when I figured it out. I guess I need to use this double bearing. That way I can just let it go down and do that. And run against it, and that top one will run right above. I don't need it anymore, so that'll work. That will work. Yeah, somebody commented on my stream the other day that a router was about a useless tool, and I said, oh man, if you know how to use a router and know how to make a sled, a router can be the best tool you ever own. And that's the truth. Okay, I got it. Yes, sir. What did you say? Good for clamps? Is that what you said? Oh, good for clips. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I use mine all the time, brother. That's probably one of the most, I use probably about as much as any tool I got. Well, look at this. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 5 routers. No, 6 routers, because I got a pin router on my Shopsmith. I think I'm going to move this around a little bit so I can get a little further around and I can come back on the next pass and get the other side. Let me get past the center mark here. Okay, buddy. Give me a good luck. We're going for it. And I'm going to come back and get in that pocket when I can get the clamp out of the way. I'm going to turn it on here and kind of look at it from this side where I can see. Well, that ain't helping my camera angle at all for this video, is it? Watch out, brother. Coming in. I got to make it right. Make my video look good. Good as I can do it with these cameras I use. Yes, sir. Fingers crossed. It's not going to lean into it. I do have hearing here plugged in, okay? And I got safety glasses. But I ain't making real little dust, so I didn't put on the mask, okay? Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm trying to do better. There we go. Now that looks pretty sweet on that side. Good enough. We're ready to go to the other side and cut the other way. Thinking, that's a dangerous thing. Oh, I know, brother. I appreciate it. I agree. And I should do this, shouldn't I? That way, when I get that wide shot with me and the router, I've got this part put in that quick cut, you know? I got this quick one to put in there, you know? So, yeah. Hey, Zeus, how you doing, brother? It's hot. No doubt it's hot, brother. Okay, let's go. Hey, Zeus, we routing around this body right quick. And watch your ears. You might want to mute for a second. Because I don't want to go over and hit the button. Dang it! I can make it work, but I ain't happy with it. You see what happened? Yep, that's what happened. Ah, nothing like that, huh? You what now? I'm about to come read. I didn't catch it. Yes, sir. Ouch. Yeah, you're right on that one, boss. It got a little spot. I think it'll glue in okay. Nothing I can do about it now, but keep going. All the rest of it's already cut. Got my mask on. I got a heck of a fancy dust collection system. Be nice if I'd have turned it on, wouldn't it? Dummy. Get ready to glue it. We'll just have to push it right there. That's plastic too, dude. It's too thick anyway. Darn, darn, darn. Hey, Mark, I don't guess you throw bodies around like that, do you? Ah, guess I can take his mask off now, can I? Pull the camera back to a decent angle, sorry. Okay, I peeled off all my tape, and I got a heck of a mess here. There's my front, right there. And we're going to put it right on top of here when we get ready. But we're way too thick. You see how thick that is? And that's way too thick for a Telecaster. Telecaster should be 45 millimeters. Is that right, boss? You do millimeters or inches? Say, boy, that's in a bad place. I better get it before I forget it. I'll never remember where it went. Ah, 2.35. That's one of them thick body guitars, you see? Okay. You see where I got into it right here, but I got in my plastic. I got into my plastic too. See right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this back to here and get me down to a regular Telecaster thickness. So this is 2.4, which is almost like almost 2.5 inches, and the Telecaster is just right at 1.75. So I'm gonna take it down to that line right there, which gets rid of that bad place I made when the bearing exploded. The bearing didn't come off. The bearing fell apart. So what I want to do is take that much off the back of this thing and just do it and do that. So we're going to shorten it right here. Well, if you mess something up, you got to find a way to fix it. And what did you say? What did you say a minute ago about make it a feature? I remember you saying that while I was doing that. Well, you know, there are no such thing as mistakes. They're design changes. Yeah, that's what they are. So let me spin around this way now. Let's go this right here over here. Y'all can hang on. I'm sorry to make you drunk. I'll bring the machine back this way a little bit for us to be a little easier to see. Okay, now, sorry about that. Let's see what that does. Think that'll work? Yep, that's going to do it right there. Okay, now, what we want to do is we want to cut this thing off right there where that mark is. That means I need to come down just a smidge right here, don't we? See? To get right at the bottom of where the bad spot is. Right there. Now, that'll leave the back of it at 109. And the front's at 85, which makes it about 7 hundredths over a standard Kelly. But then I'm going to do this piece that interlocks in the wood right here, where the wood goes down inside, where I make that rabbet on the edge, like a binding channel around the edge of that piece of wood. So the inside of that piece of wood is going to have a binding channel that goes right in against this. But right now, we're just going to cut this off right here. Just make us a pretty little cut. Just take our time. Make sure we're flat on the table. Don't get off the table. And we're going to turn the speed up so it don't, so it'll run a little more true. So let's get some power. Let's get some speed. What do you think about that, dude? My grandpa would have a saying about that. He'd say something about like, son, that there's smoother than a gravy sandwich. And these little hot things, when you grill on your hand, he'd say, it didn't take you long to look at that, did it, son? Check it out, Lumstead. Look at this, dude. You know where it was thin? Right here. When we cut that off, we got the thickness. Look at that. We got our thickness back. It's all the way around the same now. Look at that. I guess I'm just going to put a pin. I bumped that hand where I cut it was thin. That hurt. I guess I'm just going to put a Telecaster control right here so I can go through that hole and do my wiring. That's what I'm thinking, because the wires can go around, under the back between the wood and here. There's a channel except for the block, but yeah. So that's what I'm thinking I'll do. Got a little burrs, a few little burrs to take out right here. But man, that cut good. That's perfect cut. Good Lord, yes. Look at that. That's pretty. That'd be pretty, man. That would be pretty. Now, I don't have my rabbiting bit to cut that rabbit around the edge. It'll be here tomorrow. I got it ordered. So I guess what I should do is, since I got the saw already set up, I should just go ahead and cut some more top for this other Harmony and some other ones, since they're already here, Now, let's see what happens when we put this on here now. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's lid on me. What you think? Y'all like? The only thing I'm going to do is I put the sander back on. I'm going to take it, just barely feather the edge and make sure it's perfectly flat. Because it's got a little high spot right there and right there. And I can take those off by doing that. Yeah. But I can't really go much further without my rabbiting bit and cut that rabbit around the edge to do that. So I guess I'm going to have to get one of them. But now we got to figure out some bracing to put inside this thing. So we know we need bracing under the neck block, under the block. We know we need bracing under the bridge, under the neck and under the bridge. So, we want to put a bigger chunk in up here like this to get something for his neck to go into. And I think I'm going to go ahead and take it out, but I'm going to glue the neck. I'm going to do a glue joint on the neck instead of bolt on. Haven't decided yet how I'm going to cut the neck. I just know I'm going to give it a big block so I got room to make a long tenon in here like this. And then the front pickup on the telly is right along here too, isn't it correct? If I remember right, according to the one I got in the other room in there. So yeah, I got to figure out where I want to put my block for my bridge. And they'll just need to be as tall as this to here, and then they'll glue between here and there all together, sandwich. So if I cut pieces that thick and put in, I can sandwich them in there. And I got all kind of stuff to make out of it. I think we ought to put some tone wood in that corner, don't y'all? Yeah, let's put some tone wood in it. I got some mahogany over there. That tone wood enough for it. I got maple. Put some maple in it. Okay, now we got to glue a block in right here for this. And I don't need anything for those to pick up because this one mounts in. I got a telly bridge with the pickup mounts in it. So I'm just gonna put a block in. It'll all mount together and go. And then a block for that. And if I have to cut out for the pickup, I can notch it in, and I can notch for this one. See? That's my plan. What do y'all tell me what you think? If you got an idea, I'll sure love to hear it right now. Before I get too far. Let me get my top out of the way. Whew. The part is 3/16 of an inch thick. He's talking about the thickness this way, the thickness of the plastic. And now we're just a little over an inch thick this way. That's what I was going to do. I'm just going to put a telly bridge on it here, and route in a pickup there, and wrap that one. Put the neck pocket so I can bring the neck in. And like I say, I may decide to do a glue-in neck because I got all kinds of stuff ready to make one out of. But yeah, I'm just trying to get the body to a kind of roughed-in stage at this point. Then I can always come back in here and cut that notch any way I want for a fretboard after I get it roughed in. So, where did I lay it? Yeah, I laid it right there. Yeah, y'all seen that, didn't you? Okay, let me go double check a measurement. Okay, we're gonna top this Telecaster in here. Oh, it's hard to get much measurement off of this one. It's got a little issue. It's only got one humbucker in it. It's a Telecaster. Okay. Now we move. Okay. This is where I done my test to test the ABS, gluing it to a piece of mahogany. And I used just acetone, put a good little coating on it, put it on, clamped it to it for a while, and it's there. So, this piece right here, say one more time. Oh yeah, yeah. Got you there. I know what you're saying, bro. Now I'm just gonna put a block in for the bridge. I'm gonna put it in 4 inches by 6 inches. So 4 inches this way, six this way, and then I just got to find the location of it and make sure I kind of get it centered up where the bridge needs to be. And I'm thinking that's about 4.5, but I got to go double check that, but I didn't look at that part. I got to make sure it's gonna be close enough, I'm sure. Huh. Yeah. Glad I didn't do that. Yeah, glad I didn't do that one, guys. We want to be 5.5 inches from here to there. Then we want to get a center, which gets us right there. Then we want to make a piece. No, I don't want to do. Yeah. Yeah, I should have brought a different measuring stick. But this is good enough for what I'm doing. Just getting in it's got to get in the bottom of it, you know. Okay, 6 by 4 fit right there. And then the thickness is going to be the thickness of this to here. And I'm going to do a little sanding on this, so that'll maybe tension it just a little bit to kind of put just a little bow on the back of it. And I can always sand it a little bit as I'm putting it together. Seven-eighths of an inch in there. There you go. That just happened to be laying there. It'll work perfect. Now, wonder if I should run a piece all the way through it, like that. What you think, Mark? Like that. If I go from there, okay, what? I'm thinking so too, Mark. Yeah, I really am, brother. I'm thinking that the way to go about this would be put that in there and cut it to where it fits in this neck pocket in here, make it fit. And then this end back it up, and then that'll give me a really nice piece of wood in here where all of it locks together and everything. And these chambers on the side will be open a little bit, let it resonate. So if we take this got a little crack in it right there. I don't think it's gonna hurt a thing. Let me see if I got another one. What are you doing, brother? I'm stroking it. I guess you can see that. I am stroking it, brother. Let's go fix. Yeah, I've had a couple of those. I think I slept an hour and a half yesterday and 2 hours last night. Yeah, I'm serious. Man, that's a. I hate that. That'd make a net right there. Gio, check it out, brother. Uh, we're gonna put this thing through the middle of this guitar like a net, to run it all the way through the guitar. Is my idea, like that. Well, we had this body glued up, so we went ahead and cut it out on the bandsaw. The and then we cut this thing down on this saw over here and flattened it down and got it a little thinner because it was too thick. So I've got a kind of rough line right there. I think we'll just spin around here and go to the bandsaw and fire it up and do some of that. So I got to change the machine over. Y'all just hang on while we go do that. Yeah. Kind of like where y'all can see. Okay. Ready? Loosen up the lock. Reach and grab it about right here. Yeah, Gio, how's the scooter, brother? Now, if y'all seen me use this a while ago, y'all seen me take this and turn it back down to low before I turned it off. Because if you don't do that and you try to turn it on, say like with this bandsaw hooked up, bandsaw runs real low speed. You crank this thing up about 3,000 RPM and hit that bandsaw with it, well, it'll blow the tires off of it like that one is right now because it blew the tires off of it the other night. Cool, brother. Cool. Gio, I'm waiting on my rabbit bit to go around the outside and make my channel, my binding channel to put this together with, and it'll be here tomorrow. So I'm waiting on those to get here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and make this center brace to put in this guitar, and then I'm gonna cut. While I got the bandsaw hooked up, I think I'm gonna resaw some ambrosia maple to cut up some cherry that I got. Hold on, let me get another earbud before I lose it. Okay, now we're back. I have to change my earbud out when they go dead. Yes, that's the general idea. And I'm gonna do this one as a telly, so I'm putting just a regular telly control plate on the top of it, so I can get in that way to do my wiring and stuff. That makes sense? I hope so. I need better wheels. I need some better wheels. Okay, where you at, man? How my phone go dead when the battery was still charged? Now, this thing died. He's home. Um, the home care nurse is going by and checking on him. He goes back to his doctor today to see what they can find out, but he had double pneumonia when he got to the hospital. So, yeah, not good, but he's doing a lot better now. He sounds so much better. Oh, I done killed, the own phone died. Okay, the phone died, so y'all guys just have to watch your ears, because I'm going to turn this on and it's loud, and I'm going to turn on the dust collector and it's loud. So, but we're going to make a couple of cuts right quick. So watch your ears. Let's see if we can work close. Oh man, it's starting to get hot in here, guys. It's starting to get hot. Yeah, I forgot to move the camera. Yeah, fine. Dude, just like 4 billion degrees in here. I think that fan's what done it. I believe it stuck hot air in every crack around this building and put it in this building with me. Because, woo, it is so darn bright. It's just like all of a sudden it got hot. We'll get it. a little bit thick, a little bit too thick, I'll take it, sand it down to where it'll fit a little better. Because I want it down just right under the, I want it flush pretty much. And right now it's a little bit high. Not much. Just, I mean, it's just a smidge. Y'all see that right there? Y'all see how much is high right here? What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this here and I'm going to paint the back of it really good with acetone. And then I'm going to put it in and lock it in place and lock it down and clamp it and let this piece lock up. And then once I get done with that, I don't need to do anything else up here unless I decide to cut F-holes in the body. And then I'd cut an F-hole in the top, you know, before I put it on. So yeah, but that'll get me a block right through the center for the neck and for the bridge. And then the top's right here. So that will go on there like that. And this right here is going to get a 3/16 rabbit around this edge. So when it sits down on here, it'll interlock with that right there. So that means that block's got to go even a little bit lower in here to make that work with that rabbit. But I really, thank you, brother. I don't want to cut this height until I get, yeah. It's different. Gio, you missed all these high precision moves we done a while ago. To cut this thing out, I put a piece of tape around this to protect this. And then I put tape on top of it. I put tape on the back of here. I super glued this and this together with that tape. And then once I super glued them, got them where I wanted them, let them sit a few minutes. Put a couple of them on it, done half, moved the clamps, done the other half, done. Only one problem. The bearing come off the, come apart back here, so we got a little bump right in there. Well, you know that, brother. But I got a little bump right here where it cut. So, you know, this thing's begging for one of two things here, Gio. Let me fix that camera. This top's begging for one of two things. It's either begging to be carved or it's begging to have some binding put on top of it. Black. I don't know. What you think? You've been telling me I needed to do it. This might be the one, wouldn't it? Got a nice square edge to work on. That's what I was thinking. Wouldn't that look pretty cool and put binding on the top? It had big black binding on the back and a little one on the front. I got chrome parts for it. That's what I ordered. And that'll be here tomorrow, I think. Whew. Dude, it's hot. I'm burning up. Excuse me. You know, I was going to cut up some more of them boards on this saw, but to do that, I got to turn on that fan, and when I do, it sucks hot air in this building, and well, look at this. I'm soaking wet. Well, it's time to bail here, buddy. It is. I think I'm going to have to bail out and head into the house. Go take a nap. come back out tonight and work when it cools down. I may go jump the swimming pool before I do anything right now. Cause whew. But yeah, I think I'll take a couple of pictures of this right quick, and then I think I'll knock it off and head for the house where it's cool. Let me show you what I got here, Gio, before you go. I got some cherry. That looks back right at a 1 inch thick, real pretty cherry. Yeah, Mark, I got some of this cherry to make one of these with, and I think I'm gonna use that on that harmony guitar, some cherry on it. And then I've got a couple of more chunks of ambrosia maple around here. That one ain't too good. It don't look too good, but this one right here got possibilities when I cut into that. So I figure as thick as that is, I just resaw it and see what I get when I get to the middle of it. So at least whatever I get, they'll be matching pieces. So yeah, and if it's anything looking like what's on that side, I think I'll live with it. So yeah, and it's got a lot of stuff in here too, this other grain. So, and it's on both sides all the way through it. So I'm thinking it's going to be a good one. That's one of them $10 boards, guys. That's what my guy hooks me up with. Now this is one of those that I cut and glued together last night and made that glue. So, one second. Oh, hold on, I'm coming. I got stuff about to fall, and I don't want to make it all fall right now, because I have to pick it all up. Oh, okay, guys, I'm back. You ready? You talking about a net something like that to match it? That's the one I done by hand. That you had me do by hand. That's the one I started doing by hand. I didn't quite finish this yet, Needs a little more work here and here, a little bit more work up there. And this has kind of got a flat spot in it, so it needs more work too. But yeah, there's one of those. So yeah, there's that. And then I got a few of these laying around. See, I got this, and I got that, and I got this real cool ebony, real nice and dark. So got those three ideas that I could use on this thing. So something like that, maybe. Actually, it needs something with a little more black in it, guys. What I'm looking at, I think I like that one. Well, I don't know. This Grabadine or whatever this stuff is looks pretty good too. It's real dark. See how dark that is? And then it's got, like I say, it's the same ambrosia. But I probably need to cut it and put some rods in it because it won't be stiff enough without them. I don't believe. I don't like using ambrosia for a neck without some rods. So yeah, that's a general idea. think that one, don't y'all guys? I don't know. They've all got a little black. They can, that can play off of this black. Yes, sir. It's a good start, right? Uh, okay. I'm back over here now. Uh, I decided to. I'm hot. Yeah, you're right. That's true. And I don't know what I'm going to do to the top, what kind of color or finish or whatever. I hadn't even thought about it. But I think if I do put a finish, I'm going to do the neck and the body and all to match. And, and I think I'll just go ahead and make it a glue-in net instead of a bolt on. Because trying to get to the screws with that plastic on the back might be a little tough. Well, I guess I could put them little flat washers, and they'll embed in the plastic eventually. And I won't like that. But got a lot of thinking to do here, guys. But it's now 10 o'clock, and I've been on here for 3 hours and 17 minutes. And it's getting hot as blazes in this darn shop. So, yeah. I'm going to probably have to come back tonight and work in the office because there ain't no working out here. And I got like piles and piles and piles and piles of video to edit. Can you imagine what that's like? But yeah, that's the general idea, and I think I'm liking it, guys. So I think we're going to start to get a little weight to it now. Since I put that block in it, it's got some weight in it now. See how much it weighs. Oh, darn, scales. Uh, you got that right, brother. I think I probably do. Fat boy needs one. Fat boy probably needs to get in the pool. I'm glad I got it all cleaned and ready. What's Telecaster body supposed to weigh? That's heavy. 5 pounds, 11 ounces. Good gracious. I got a whole bass bear that weighs more than that. This thing may have to go on a diet, dudes. Well, this is about 5'11". It's almost 6. That ain't going to work. That's way too heavy. That right there added a lot of it. Yeah, 4.4 without this chunk in it. And that adds, no, heck, that's a pound, over a pound right there by itself. Yeah, see? Maybe I need, on the next one I do, maybe I need to make the plastic taller, the top thinner, and still put the block through the center, and that way it balances the weight out. Y'all see what I'm talking about? I don't know if y'all can y'all see what I'm doing over there? I'm my back. Sorry, I'm sorry. I was still thinking that camera was running. But yeah, if I raise this part up and do away with some wood, that takes some weight out. So oh, okay. I can take a lot out of that. Wonder if I should use something lighter to make this out of, or should I lighten it up somehow? I got to thin it a little bit, but it ain't enough to make any difference. It's definitely not enough to make a real difference. Oh, come on. Yep, same old stuff, guys. But Mark, you're probably right on that, Mark. It's the best idea probably is just chamber the back. Chamber it from the back, probably a good idea. I got to find me some old cell phones. I need a couple of them to use for extra cameras and for a controller and stuff. That's all I need. Just, don't need to work for a phone. It just needs to work for Wi-Fi and hook up to this. We'll find me one somewhere. Dad's probably got a couple extras at the house. We'll go by and check on him. I gave the grandkids my extras, and they just seemed to destroy them. Yeah, that didn't go well. Well, guys, it's hot as blazes. I've been in here for over 3 hours, and yeah, I'm hot, but I'm ready to go. Got sweat dripping off my nose. So, guys, yeah, let's do it. Y'all be good. I'll start again in the morning early, probably like this. I'm gonna probably start doing this at about 6:30, and get set up and go. And just work when I can. But it's done got so hot now. I got to stop. So maybe this evening I'll come out and work a little while and get those other bodies cut. Do some of that. But right now, ain't no way. It's just too hot. I got to bail. I got old man problems. Heat stroke. Hey, y'all be good. I'm gonna book on out of here and head in. See you next time, Gio. Holler at me, brother. Talk to you soon, and we're gonna get some weight out of this body somehow because it's way too heavy right now. I don't like it. I'm gonna learn the lesson. Thinner tops. There we go. Y'all be good. Let me get on the house, get some cool air.